What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. It's been a while since I've shot a video like this, but here we are. First off, I do want to say before I start the video, I am saving up money to go to Japan, and I have opened like a Ko-fi or a coffee, whatever it's called, and I also have a PayPal link. If you want to donate, you don't have to at all, but since I can't monetize my videos yet, so I can't make money on YouTube as I can on, like, I have another channel where I can, but if you want to donate, you can go to ko-fi.com/SeaboltSpeaks. I'll leave the description in the link below. I think it's $3. It's basically buy me a coffee, and any of those donations I will put towards going to Japan, or when I go to Japan, filming videos over there and things like that. If you want to do less than $3 or more than $3, which again, none of this is mandatory at all. You do not have to. I'm not asking anyone to, just there for the option if you want to. You can also do paypal.me/SeaboltSpeaks, and yeah, you can donate there. I'll leave the links in the description below. But so recently, Steve Kaufmann released a video on a topic, and he had discussed on how many words you know. That was kind of the core for if you could speak a language or not. And I just wanted to kind of give my brief input on this, and that's, in my opinion, what I have always based. Anytime I think about a language, or anytime you think about a language, right? Even I've seen in Matt versus Japan Q&As, people say, how many words do you know? And that's because that kind of gives you a better representation for how many topics you can speak. Now, I think that some people may take that out of context. It doesn't mean that you can speak the language perfectly. It just means you can overall communicate. Now, you may have some incorrect grammar or something of that nature, but that's something you can work on. But as far as being able to understand it, how many words do you know? That's how many topics that are discussed you can understand, and then you may have to give a small response, but as long as you can comprehend it, you're in a much better place. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would much rather be in a spot where I knew 10,000 words and spoke or not but like okay, versus being in a spot where I knew 100 words but could use them perfectly. Like, I want a broader landscape of things. I mean, in Duolingo, they used to count your words. They don't anymore, although if you go to duo.me/eu, whatever the website is, I'll have to look. I've done it in a stream in the past, but they do have the word count on there. Now, it's kind of one of those things, like he had talked in Arabic, he had knew 10,000 words, but some of those words were repeat words. But I don't think that matters, because you have to learn how to use each individual word. Now, in Spanish, or obviously in any language that has verb conjugations, you could simply do the Benny Lewis approach, where if you wanted to say you eat or whatever, and you didn't know to say come, you could say tu comer, and you could get your point across. But a lot of people are like, well, 6,000 words, but probably 1,000 of those are repeat words of just learning different conjugations. But that doesn't matter. You still know how to use that specific word for the specific person in which you're talking to, and I think that that's perfectly viable. That is one thing. That's what I love about Link, is the amount of, it shows how many words that you've learned, and that's how many words that you can recognize in context and stuff, and kind of go from there. So that's ultimately, words are the main point. That's what people study. That's what your Anki flashcards go based on. Now, if you're doing sentence mining, that's a whole different thing, but most of your flashcards and stuff, a lot of people do which I don't do single term stuff as much as I used to. I like to learn within context, but still, it's based on words, how many words you know, right? Your +1 sentences are, every word in the sentence except one, and you add one to it. It's adding an additional word. Words make up the language. And then once you have a certain amount of words, you always, start branching into trying to learn grammar better and things like that. But if you don't have the words, you can't use them. And those go hand in hand. Recently, I've actually gotten into, with Japanese, studying Taikem's grammar guide. From where I'm going to Japan, I'm concentrating on Japanese right now, which I know is not what I said I was going to do this year, but as your plans change, you adapt to them. And my Japanese is okay. Like, if I went to Japan, I could get around to the point of, I can ask train stations, bathrooms, restaurants, food, ask for items, go shopping, ask how much stuff is. I can do all that stuff. I'm just trying to get a little more comfortable, but I'm starting to add some grammar points to it because I do know a bunch of words and I can kind of get those sentences out, and I kind of know how Japanese grammar works, but at the same time, I also know that it's so different that there's no way that I could even be remotely close on how everything works. So I've been studying some grammar lately. And they go hand in hand. What I was getting to is that if you don't have enough words, you can't practice grammar, but you can't practice grammar if you don't have the word. They kind of go hand in hand. You have to have them both. So anyway, that's just my little rant. I will leave this at 5 minutes. Not rant, my little thing. Because I do think, let me know what you think down below. I know a lot of people are very indifferent on some of that stuff, but I really do think that your word count is the most representative of how well you know a language. Maybe not how well you speak a language, but as far as being able to comprehend what is said. Again, there's little grammatical nuances that can definitely change a meaning, but as far as being able to get the gist of what's happening, your word count is the most important thing. That's my opinion completely. So let me know what you think down below. Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to follow me on social media at Seabolt Speaks everywhere. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.